welcome in everybody. I hit the wrong button on my thing, so give me a second. I gotta switch back to Streamlabs. It hates me. All right, welcome in.
Start over.
Yeah, welcome in everybody. Hello, hello, hiya, hello. This is episode.
Hello.
This is episode 104, 105. I can count. Of Appetite for Distraction. I am again here with my partner in crime, as we call ourselves the dynamic, awesome duo. It's Steve and me, the uncanny one, Trevor.
What up? What up?
So
Steve
we
Wilson.
are, yes, we are here partying with a cat on my lap that is ornery and wants to spend time with me. My leg's going numb. And yeah, we're here. Happy 105th. Happy 5th episode, season 1, episode 5, 105. Get it? Yeah.
Are we having seasons?
Yeah. Well, right now we're on season 1, and we're gonna go and see how long we can go with this, and we can go with it
Forever. We're everywhere now.
Yes, we are. Which brings us into our one of our awesome subjects. We are podcasting everywhere besides YouTube. So you can catch us on Apple Podcast,
Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Basically, if it's a major podcast provider, we're there. So we had figured that out, and we are now everywhere. We have a link tree with all our links, including our YouTube link, where you can watch this episode, or you can just listen to it.
Yes.
Trevor and I were just going over the analytics of all the very diverse ways people have already listened to our podcast. I mean, we're not breaking bank or anything like that, but hey, it's kind of neat to see what people are listening to. So
right. And even then, it tells you kind of like play by play, so to speak, of who's listening to what on what platform. And apparently somebody plays us in their whole household, which is pretty entertaining. I'm like, I don't know if I like my whole voice playing in somebody's house. That's just different. I don't even like my own voice, but
people just walk around their house naked, listening to Steve and Trevor, and just
kind of
awkward.
Kind of feels special, you know what I mean?
According to our analytics, it's an Apple HomePod, which I don't know anybody that owns an Apple HomePod, because everybody's either got Google Home or, an Alexa or something.
Yeah, and if you do know what it is, please comment in whatever podcast platform you're listening to, or if you're on YouTube, please comment below and let us know what's going on. With that, also segueing into that, make sure you like, subscribe, and click that notification button if you're on YouTube, or just subscribe if you're at any other platform, to let us know that you like the show. And yeah, cool deal.
And both our audio and video watchers/listeners will probably be happy to find out that I got a new mic and I got a new camera and I look better and I hopefully sound better and I don't sound like I'm in a phone booth, talking through a pillow. And I don't, people can see my ugliness in full HD now. So
people can see my non-trimmed beard here. I half-assed it.
Unfortunately, I had to attend a funeral on Sunday, so I trimmed mine up a little bit, but I was getting some scruffles there for a little bit, and I was like,
Yeah, same here. So what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about that whole Masters of the Universe trailer that popped out that they just...
we can definitely do that.
Do you want to watch it? We could probably show it to everybody on YouTube, since it's on YouTube.
I don't see why not. It's not, nobody copyrights trailers.
Right. So, do you want to share your screen, or do you want me to share you probably could do that.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Let me get on the YouTube.
So,
YouTube.
The two biggest actors and actresses in that so far, from what I got, is Jared. I'm probably gonna hash his name up, and I'm sorry for this guy. Jared Leto and Marine Baccarin. That one I probably bashed.
Marina Baccarin. She's from Firefly, dude. She's from Firefly.
Yeah, she's awesome. And then Jared plays Skeletor. I said that right?
Yes. Okay. Which I saw the visual of him as Skeletor, and Skeletor actually looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Compared to the '80s version of Masters of the Universe, I watched a little bit of it and I kind of fell asleep. It wasn't that entertaining. I was sitting there, I'm like, what the hell is this?
All right, well,
There.
Yep,
Okay.
I got it up.
Okay, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch it. It's
Yeah,
there. It goes.
because I've only seen bits and pieces of it. So
This is the trailer.
this is my first full viewing of this trailer. So
Yes.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories.
Oh, dude.
Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
Wow.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's this obsession with nerd stuff and sword things.
Nerd stuff and sword things.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Just the scenery alone is beautiful.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
About to get weird.
You're like, hell yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yes, that is it. Just fucking no, bro. Fucking awesome.
Sword. Protect them.
Dude, I got chills right now. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
So, well, what do you think? What do you think? Do tell.
So it was definitely interesting. He-Man was never something I watched a lot when I was a kid. I mean, it kind of came out before I was, born. But like, it was still playing a lot when I was younger. I was more into like, say, Thundercats and similar shows alike. But like, I did watch He-Man from time to time, and I liked it. And like, I hope they don't make it too serious. Like, if they threw in a Skeletor "remember" joke, I would die laughing.
Yes, that'd be great.
But like, I highly doubt that they will. So, but it looks like a great movie. It also looks a little Thorish,
Yeah, a little bit.
but it kind of the same content in a way. So I like it. I think it's going to be a good movie. Definitely one I'm going to have to go watch when it comes out. New camera's having a focus. I think it's because I'm sitting so close to that camera. I don't have a whole like you're further away from your camera than I am mine. Anyways, that's only gonna affect the visual people, and it's probably a good thing because I'm ugly. So, but yeah, Oh, I touched my mic.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of trying to gauge where it is while you're doing it, and you just bump it. You're like, oh,
Right.
shit.
Well, I haven't zip tied the cord up all the way yet, so I kind of drug my hand on the cord, and I didn't tighten these knobs up to bring it out to over here yet. So
Yeah. Yeah, mine's all fancy, semi fancy zip tied, sort of, to the point where it looks kind of decent. But yeah, I thought it looked fantastic. So
yeah,
and like I was a little worried about the He-Man character, him going from normal to like empowered with the sword. But I mean, it looks okay. I don't know. I mean, I envisioned him being two different types of characters, but again, I mean, the same. I would understand. I can see why they did that. So
I'm kind of glad they didn't go with someone like a muscle bound wrestler.
yeah,
But I did like the fact that they showed the stereotypical He-Man, statue there in the comic book shop when he tries to steal the sword.
yeah,
Um, I mean, I'm not saying that dude is not in shape at all, but it's like you said, it's nice to see him going from the transition from being a normal person to He-Man.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I can dig that a little bit.
yeah. That's what I thought. I was pretty excited, and then I told a couple of friends that Jared Leto was gonna play Skeletor. They're like, oh god, he was so awful in Morbius, and he wasn't a good Joker. I'm like, he was okay as Joker. It was his own rendition of Joker. And then Morbius, I kind of refuse to see because Spider-Man's not in it or Blade, and I'm like, you just can't. No.
To be honest with you, I had no interest in. I didn't care who played Mobius or Morbius, whatever his name is. I'm not familiar with that character. I don't care who played it. I had no interest in seeing that movie in general.
Yeah.
I feel that should have been a character that should not had his own movie right out of the gate. He should have been at least, a secondary character in another movie before he got his movie. But then again, that's Marvel just like,
No.
take this new contact.
Yeah, it wasn't even
contacts.
Marvel. It was Sony, because Sony owns the rights for Spider-Man, and
That's right.
He's a Spider-Man character, which is interesting and odd because Blade hunts him. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's just,
he's a vampire, so yeah.
yeah.
And I wonder if they're trying to use the Morbius movie as a lead up to the now canceled Blade movie, with the ever great Marshall Ali, which I'm sure he would have made a great Blade. But I grew up with Wesley Snipes as my Blade, so
Same.
To me, he's not such a mainstream character that he should have had his own movie. I said the same thing with that Craven movie they made a while back.
Yeah, no,
to me, that's another character that shouldn't have got his own movie.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been at least the background character in one movie. That way, because that's one thing Marvel can do is, they put out movies like the Avengers and the X-Men, and like they can use that as a gauge to find out who resonates more with the people. Than instead of just being like, here's characters, take this content right here, and it's just dumb. Speaking, though, having said that, the Avengers Doomsday cast is looking pretty freaking good.
Dude, it's looking thick. Like, they just said Famke, who plays the original Jean Grey, is going to be in it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god. I was like, what? Holy shit.
I believe James Marsden's coming back as Cyclops.
Oh, dude. So they released, the Russo brothers claim that they're not teasers or like trailers. They're like hints to things. So they keep claiming that for this type of stuff, and I was like, okay. So I watched a few of them, like Cyclops. That X-Men one was phenomenal because he brings back Ian McKellen as Magneto, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, James Marsden as Cyclops. So it was like renditions of that, and then in the I don't even want to know what you want to call them in the clips, like the mansion, the School for Gifted Children mansion is like exploded, and he gets all upset. Cyclops does and takes up his visor, and he full-fledged just fucking rage quits, and like his beam is just, it's not like it's bah. Yeah, it's so awesome. So like
Right.
like doing that is just phenomenal, and seeing that in a teaser or a trailer or a clip like that or a hint or whatever you want to call it, it just looks awesome. And I'm like, they're sticking to their guns, and so yeah, so I have
Corey just hijacked your attention.
he did. He sure as hell tried to. Whoops. He's like, oh shit. Oh, my bad. So at least he saw it, which is cool. But yeah, no.
He did the Homer Simpson. Oh, and turn around, walk right back out.
Yeah, I'll be out in a minute, bud. What's up? Oh, okay, thanks. Awesome, such a sweetheart. I love that dude. But no, seriously though, with this whole teaser trailer thing that they're doing with each character, like they did it with Thor, they did it with they did just release one with Wakanda and the Fantastic Four. So it's like, oh my god, like this is leading up to be a really, really good build up to Secret Wars, and I'm hoping that like my head in creative gears is like, I'm hoping that they do something specific with Spider-Man, and they kind of tie the old OG Secret Wars and the new OG Secret Wars together. So I don't know.
Did I see something about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back again?
Yep. So Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine had a battle in this. I think they announced or something.
So,
like
speaking of which, it's kind of hard to deny that Deadpool and Wolverine kickstarted a big change in Marvel stuff. Like having Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, now you got James Marsden back as Cyclops. You have what's her face back as Jean Grey, and like they're banking on the nostalgia because those characters were great.
Yeah,
those original X-Men movies were great.
Yeah, and
they were.
I kind of see what they're doing with it, and I mean, I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry, but like they're trying to use the Fox generation of things as an old timeline, so they're trying to kind of navigate those and combine them so where they're battling and something else changes in the Secret Wars. I think that's my vision.
Yeah, and that makes sense because you're tying two generations together. You got younger kids that, let's be fair, the younger generation at the moment, they're not as big into Marvel and comic books as the older generations are. Like they have their own fandoms that they're ripping through, and it's kind of a smart move to kind of attach the old with the new, so you can bring in, the older crowd with the newer crowd, because people like my age that are getting towards the top of that hill. We have kids.
Yeah.
And like any parent, they want to share what you're interested in with your kids and vice versa. So I can see a lot of people like, oh, I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Let's take the kids and go watch the new, Avengers Doomsday. And like, I'm just excited.
Me too.
But I hope they don't just fully abandon the last phase, because like I would like to see like Steve Rogers come back, but also fight alongside Sam Wilson, like as two Captain Americas. But I doubt that's going to happen.
Well, I think he's gonna. I don't think they've done Nomad yet, so I think that's what they're trying to do with this one. Or he might have been Nomad in God, what's the one that he played Nomad? The
Uh,
Sokovia?
uh,
The Civil War?
no, no. He was full brand Captain America in Civil War. He was Nomad in. It was after the snap, so it'd have to be Endgame or
Okay. Yeah,
because
I
that's when he
think
had
it's.
the. I think it was Endgame because he shows up when Scarlet Witch and Vision are in Scotland, and he's got that new shield
Oh yeah,
and the beard and the black suit. Yeah.
the
Um,
Wakandian shield thing that he got. That's pretty
which
fucking sick.
I kind of did some viewing here recently, and I would really like to have seen more of the Hawkeye Ronin character. Like we only got one little sliver of freaking Hawkeye being the Ronin character, and it. I would watch the movie him just going being badass on the streets of freaking Japan, just cleaning up the streets like. But we had him for like 2 seconds where he freaking dealt with the ever great Hiroyuki Sanada, which and I love that guy in anything he shows. Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. He was in The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, which that was a freaking great movie.
It's such a good movie. Yeah.
He's in a bunch of stuff, and like, yeah, I would have liked to see Hawkeye do a little more of the Ronin stuff, but that's me being a fanboy. I love that, yeah, because I was not a fan of the Hawkeye show.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it with my dad because my dad was like hardcore into that, and I saw a little bit. A little bit of it was pretty good, but I think mainly I liked it because Florence Pugh was in it, and she's hysterical in anything she does. So, especially in Black Widow and then in Thunderbolts. So
I still need to see Thunderbolts.
it's good. It is a damn good movie. I liked it. So, um, Kratos, big announcement.
Yeah,
Speaking of which. So Kratos is being played by Ryan Hurst, who he played, I forget his name, Obi? I think it was Obi.
He was Opie in Sons of Anarchy. He was Gary Bertier in Remember the Titans, which
really? I didn't realize he was in that.
Oh yeah, he was much younger, but he played the main character, Gary Bertier, the one who gets in a car accident.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's awesome. My bad.
Left side, strong side. Yeah. Gets you jacked every time you talk about it.
Yeah, that shit's awesome. Good movie.
And he also played Thor in God of War Ragnarok. And I recently watched an interview with Christopher Judge, the guy that played Kratos in the new God of War games. And he's like, I'm over the moon excited about Ryan Hurst being Kratos. And if you look at him, they're basically just going to have to shave that dude's head. Because he's already got the Kratos beard going on at the moment.
The jawline. Like, it was like side-by-side view of him. It was just like bang on.
Same freaking angle on the beard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, this guy's going to be badass, man. I'm so excited for that.
Although I do hope he bulks up a little bit.
Now, is that a TV? Is it going to be a TV show or a movie? I'm pretty sure
it's going to be a show on Amazon.
Oh, that's going to be good.
So, and according to his Instagram, he is all in on it. He's like, because going back to that interview I listened to with Christopher Judge, and this is what makes me most excited for it is Ryan Hurst has been playing God of War since the original God of War was on PS2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, finally, a leading man who's a nerd that's like, this gives me like Henry Cavill Warhammer vibes. Like, Henry Cavill plays Warhammer. I'm not a big Warhammer fan, but I kind of dig. I dig when people have a passion for the stuff play the roles of the stuff they have passions for. Like, it's excited, and it's got a lot like we were talking. A lot of the creative people from the Fallout show.
Yep.
Series runners, writers, directors, that kind of thing. So, and I'm kind of also excited because Amazon owns the rights to Mass Effect show, and should be starting production later this year.
Yeah, I wonder who they're gonna play as Shepard. That's gonna be exciting to find out.
It will not be Shepard.
No.
It'll be a standalone story after the events of Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
Which I don't know how they're going to pull off because depending on the decision you made at the end of Mass Effect 3, kind of differentiates how that story ends. Either, all organic, all synthetic, or a mix of the two. So I don't know, but as a huge Mass Effect nerd, yeah, with some upgrades, I also gave my backdrop so people don't see my living room.
I see that. That's awesome.
It is legit just 2 curtains and some safety pins. That's all it is. But I'm excited for that. It seems like because Amazon owns MGM, so they have a legit studio behind them and everything. And it's like, whether you're into the nerd stuff like Fallout or Reacher or what any of the other, well, we won't talk about Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. That was a horrible show.
Have not seen it, and I have no interest in seeing that.
Even hardcore Lord fans that I talk to are like, it's not worth it. But I am excited to see what they come up with the Search for Gollum.
Oh yeah,
which Andy Serkis is directing that and playing Gollum in that again, and apparently Gandalf and Frodo are coming back because a lot of people don't know that, like, between the time that Bilbo left and Gandalf comes back, there's like a 17-year gap, according to the book. So, like, they have room for content.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope they kind of make that obvious because the people that just watch the movies won't know that.
Yeah, I can't. I try reading The Hobbit. I can't get into it. I need to. I think it's one of those books on tape type of things for me.
It is definitely better in audiobook. If you can find the ones, I don't know what server you use. Audible has. What do you do, like Gizian?
No, I gotta show you.
He gets you some chips and an energy drink.
Yeah, that's the best. He just like the door popped open. He's like, here, he's gonna eat those. I love it. Oh, you're the best, kid. I love you so much. This is so great. Oh, yeah.
I forgot what we're talking about.
This interruption was brought to you by Sour Patch Kids and Monster Energy drinks. So, anyways, Lord of the Rings. We were on Lord of the Rings, and
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get through the Hobbit book, but I have to. I think it's an audible book.
Audible.
Yeah, Audible.
So, on Audible, the Hobbit books, there's a version of the Hobbit books and the Lord of the Rings books that are all narrated by Andy Serkis.
Oh, I think I have heard of those. I think I started listening to one of them. It had to be. I'm pretty sure it was the Hobbit that I started listening to. Now that
there's a lot more content. I mean, I have the original Audible versions where it's someone else reading it, but like I kind of want to cash in some tokens and get the Andy Serkis one.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a birthday gift card from my parents. Shout out to my parents. I'm pretty sure they're gonna listen to this episode. They're like very. Shout out to them. But I have an Amazon gift card, so I might end up using that and purchasing the subscription to Audible for that.
Well, you really don't need a subscription.
No.
Once you get an Audible, you just the subscription does get you, I think, the basic one gets you one credit a month.
Yeah. But like I drive a lot,
which is fine.
So going back and forth to work, and it's really nice listening to something. Because half the time I'm just like, yeah, I'll just ride in silence.
But yeah, like because I'm same thing. I run my CNC machine at work, and most of the time I'm listening to audiobook. Like if I got a long running job, I'm listening to an audiobook. And when I'm doing a setup on a machine, I tend to listen to music just because it's background noise at that point. But
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I agree with that. I got most of the, R.A. Salvatore Drizzt books. I have all the Harry Potter books. I have.
See, now, do you have the Harry Potter books read by, I think it's Stephen Fry? I think it's who reads them.
No, I bought these a while ago. They are read by details. Where's the details? Title details. Here they go.
There it is.
Oh, they're read by Jim Dale, which I think was one of the first versions of those audiobooks when they first came out.
Okay.
I think that was even before the movies were made.
Yeah.
I got all the Terminalist ones. I don't know if you're into those, but the Jack Carr Terminalist. It's about a Navy SEAL who basically gets done dirty by the government, gets his whole team killed, and he goes on a
kind of like a killing spree almost.
Yeah, but like for the right reasons. And then that's just the first book. I think we're 9 or 10 books deep. I got all of those. He started doing an offshoot with some other side ones. I also have some great books anyway. Anyways, I got 142 titles on Audible. So I got big into like autobiographies. I got Albert Einstein's autobiography. I have Matthew McConaughey's autobiography, wasn't bad. I have the one by why am I drawing a blank on freaking Dave Grohl? I have Dave Grohl's autobiography. It's pretty good. I have a book that is really interesting on there. It's called the Book of Quint. And it is essentially Quint from Jaws' backstory.
Huh.
Yeah, it basically takes place between the wreck of the Indianapolis and the events of the first Jaws movie.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty good. Got my favorite book of all time. Well, one of my favorite books of all time, The Martian by Andy Weir, which is so hysterical.
Yes. It's such a good. The movie is really good too.
The book is even better.
Have you read Project Hail Mary and what the hell is the other one? Artemis?
I started Artemis. I couldn't get into it.
Project Hail Mary was kind of like, it coincides with The Martian. It's kind of the same kind of concept, except he's not left on Mars, and he's not like a biologist, I think is what it is, or botanist.
Yeah.
That word. Botanist. He's not a botanist, but he's like, why the fuck am I here? What's going on? What's going on? What? Oh shit, things are talking to me. Why is this ship talking to me? It's just, that one's funny too. So, and that's coming out soon, and Ryan Gosling plays the lead role in that. So I'm excited to see that too.
Interesting.
Yeah. Little fun fact,
Fun fact. So speaking of your birthday is coming up next week.
It is. It sure is. God, I'm going to be old.
And we have got some shenanigans coming up both this weekend and next weekend for you.
Yeah. Going to Cigar 30.
Because you're
this
Cigar 30 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which between either me or Jeff, we have with trucks, so
yes.
we're gonna make it.
Yes. Which, for those who are playing the far away game, we're getting hit here in Ohio and along other parts, but mainly Ohio. We're gonna get hit with like 6 to 11 inches of bullshit, and bullshit meaning that ugly white wet stuff. But again, if it was anywhere else, they would close down shit. Here, it's just like, it's just another day. Fuck them. Although I did read that we were starting to run out of salt, but if you go out to like the Scranton area, the one time that they ran out of salt, they used glass, which made no fucking sense, and that's kind of ruins your tires, doesn't it? So
No, not when it's in powderized form. It
okay,
does not do great things for your paint. Um, but it is. So the way salt works is it doesn't melt the ice; it lowers the freezing point of the ice, so which causes it to turn back into water.
yeah,
Um, Glass is just going to add grit. Pennsylvania is a big proponent of using cinder, which is what it sounds like. It's just burnt wood. It's charcoal that they, but it does the same thing. And also black, traps heat from the sun, helps melt things. It's also non-corrosive. The shit that we use on the roads isn't just salt anymore. It's also like, uh, well, if you go to southern Ohio, some of it's lightly radiated, and they didn't know about that till this year.
oh my god, they're like we're talking about Cincinnati and shit, like down in
No,
that way.
southeastern Ohio,
Okay.
down in the hill, down them there hills down in southeast Ohio.
Oh, so it's like the hills have eyes type of shit.
Yeah, because apparently there's some radium floating around down there, and it's getting into the salt supply that they get down there. So they've been brining the streets with a radioactive liquid
Oh my god.
and not knowing at it. Yeah, I saw a thing about that. Yeah. But for the state of Ohio to freaking run out of salt, we have a giant mine underneath the lake that we've been dragging out. Um, and like we have other access to salts that are close. I think it's more of a budget thing. It's not that we're running out of salt. The state doesn't want to pay for salt. Is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I can go to Walmart, get a bag of salt right now.
Right. There's like
I
different
mean, I
kinds
know
of salt.
it's all sodium chloride, bud.
Yeah.
But like the what they brine the streets with here, like see if you see the salt trucks out and they're spraying that liquid on, that's not just salt. It's a brine, and it's got it's made from like beet juice and stuff like that, and it's slightly acidic. When I was working on cars, I'd be doing tires and brakes in the winters on cars, and like it would drip on the back of my neck and literally like start
It would
burning
burn.
my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people wonder why Ohio cars rot out because they're literally being corroded by what we put on the roads.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we haven't really found anything better to throw out there. Like the glass shards out in Pennsylvania, like I said, it's such a powderized thing, and over time it will abrade the paint and everything off the rocker panels of your car and stuff like that. But like, it's another heat dense material that will trap the heat. It doesn't do anything for it's more of a grit aspect than it is an actual trying to melt the thing. But if that's what they have access to, it's what they have access to. And there's actually a lot of sand in Pennsylvania where they can get that glass from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of counties in Ohio that use sand, like because Ohio has a bunch. Ohio's left over from from when the glaciers receded, and this is where all the dumping ground for all the sand and rock is. So we have so many sand pits here in Ohio. Why we're not using sand, I'll never know.
There's a lot of questions out there for that. Like, why haven't
I
they fixed the roads on Chapel Hill Road, like the Chapel Hill roads, and especially Route 91 when that's a very popular road to go through?
The Chapel Hill Mall, I'm 100% in the mindset that it was not Amazon and online shopping that killed that mall. It was that the people had to drive on Howe Road to get there.
True fact.
That road is a bucket of dick holes. It is just,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
back to we're doing cigar adventures this weekend.
Yes.
Because, like I said, Jeff, I already talked to him. He's like, "Oh, dude, I love driving in the snow." I was like, "Fuck it, we're in. Let's go." There's, he's got a $2,500 or Ram 2500. I got, well, technically two trucks at my disposal. Although I got to take Dad's to the body shop on Monday because Mom kind of hit a pole with it.
Ay.
Yeah, but my tires aren't great in slight snow, but in deep snow they're great. because they're off-road tires. But we'll definitely get down there. Probably if you ride with us, we'll probably pick you up probably around 10:30, 11ish.
Sure, I'm done with that. I'll ride with you.
Because we got down there at like what 1 last time,
Mm-hmm.
and we had like 5 hours to fuck around. But I think if we get in there as soon as they open at noon, we could have the whole day to ourselves. The only thing that I think might cause us a hamper for doing a podcast in there, because we were thinking about doing a podcast, a live podcast. We tried once before, but the audio didn't really work out.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear with that. Like it sounded okay, but I think if we have those individual microphones, I think we should be okay.
Yeah, and like I said, we now have four individual mics that we could tap into your new camera.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give that a shot. We'll tell them when we showed up, like, hey, there was audio issues with the last one, so we didn't get to post the last one. And now that we're on all audio platforms, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing about advertising down there.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be worth it.
Because I think it's only about $25 a month. So, and that might allow us to have future podcasts there and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jeff Kirhani and I were talking about I want to get down there at least more than once a year. I mean, I still want to do our, between Christmas and New Year's traditional thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue, back to what I was trying to say before I got sidetracked by my own brain. The only thing I want to kind of be weary about, the snow might keep some people away. Hopefully they don't close altogether.
That's what I was really thinking. I'm like, they might close it, which I don't think they would.
Well, I don't know. The last snowstorm we had, I went to KFC and them bitches were closed up short, tight.
Oh, okay.
I just want some chicken. But no, like, it's also NFL playoff weekend, so I'm just hoping it's just not packed full of people trying to watch the game, which it is. If it is, cool. If not, I'd like to do a podcast if possible.
Yeah.
And as long as Mary Sue is there, I don't think she'd have a problem either. I can always call the owner too. He's pretty good, but like, I got other people that's going to be joining us for that. We kind of made it into a mini club event as well, although I think only me and Jeff are showing up from that.
Yeah.
I told some friends at work, be like, hey, we're having a cigar day down at Cigar 30 if you're willing to brave the elements. But yeah, I just want to have a good day. I've been trying to save as much money as I can. Not that it's going to cost me a bunch, but I bought 7 cigars last time and I walked home with 3, so I kind of want to bring some home because I got a new humidor. Need one thermoelectric humidor. No, new to me. I bought it off Amazon or Facebook Marketplace from a guy out in Hubbard. But it's a climate controlled humidor, so I'm like, I need some new flavors in my humidor. So, I mean, what I was using was my Gurkha large travel humidor, and it's airtight. So I haven't put a Bovita pack in that thing in over a fucking year. Like, it's tight. So I now have more space to stock more cigars to enjoy. Because to be fair, this spring, summer, this spring, summer, and fall of this year, like, I got a front porch I can smoke cigars on. I got a back porch I can smoke cigars on. I got a bonfire pit in the backyard. I got a hot tub. I've been smoking cigars, and not that my mom will ever listen to this, but she's probably like, "You smoke cigars in the hot tub." I change the filter. I deal with the chemicals. I do it all, okay? But right now, it's the only warm place I have outside to smoke a cigar.
Right. Like it's too damn cold. As of right now, it's 0 degrees in where I live.
My computer is saying -1.
Yikes!
I went to Phil.
And to let everybody know, we live semi close to each other. So the fact that his is -1 and mine's at 0, that's scary.
Yeah. So like, I went out to fill the wood rack because we got I got a bunch of firewood out back for the wood burner,
Mm-hmm.
and I got about one because I got this little cart that I use to transport wood from the wood pile, which is out by the back fence, to the wood rack that's by the house, and it holds about 4 or 5 of those carts. I got one cart deep in today. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow because it was already like 3 degrees when I was trying to fill the wood rack. And I was like, you know what? We got firewood for the night. Furnace is working. I'll deal with it tomorrow when it's slightly warmer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that we got that. Um, any cigars you're wanting to try? Since we have like the boss selection of cigars at Cigar 30.
Right. No shit. I probably want to try the more of the meat lovers cigars. I did the beef stick last time. I might do. I don't know. I might do one of their other selections this time around because those were pretty good.
One I've been wanting to smoke again, and I almost bought a 5-pack off a Cigars Daily today, because I was one way or another I was going to spend money on cigars this weekend, whether we did it at Cigar 30 or I bought them off the internet. At Cigars Daily, I have like $170 worth of cigars sitting in the cart, and just in case we didn't go to Cigar 30 this weekend, like I was like, I'm going to stock this humidor one way or another. It's getting done. Like,
You're like, it's gonna be happening. Mm-hmm. So I do think,
and it's not.
I do think that on our YouTube that we should post the link for Cigars Daily, since we are, us and a couple other friends are avid purchasers to Cigars Daily.
Are you in the Cigars Daily Facebook group?
Yes.
Cigars Daily Nation?
I might. No, I don't think so.
Oh, we also have our own Northeast Ohio cigar group. If anybody would like to
Yes, we do.
join in on that, it's the NEO cigar connoisseurs, which I think I'm talking with Jeff on Sunday. I think we might change the name of that to something a little more. I asked him, I was like, why don't we change it to like the Brotherhood of the Leaf or like something like that, something kind of snappy like that. The Northeast Ohio Brotherhood of the Leaf.
Yeah.
Well, I do hate when I open a Facebook window on my other screen because it just white balances the shit out of my face on this camera. Cigars Daily Nation. Visit. 4 friends are members.
I'm probably not one of them, if I remember right.
Invite. Trevor.
That guy, the redheaded guy. I was supposed to change my name on YouTube from the Uncanny Trevor to that redhead, but I'm like, I don't know. A lot of people are familiar with the Uncanny Trevor right now.
Well, that and I think the Uncanny Trevor. I mean, the content you have on your solo YouTube channel is you do nerd stuff, and that's a hat tip to the Uncanny Spider-Man,
Uncanny X-Men.
So Uncanny X-Men. So I think you're good with that. And plus, if you already have a somewhat, I don't know what your viewership is over there, but if you already have somewhat of an established following, no need to change that up and confuse people.
Yeah.
Then again, that's coming from me, who I think when I was streaming hardcore, I changed my name like 6 times in the span of a year. And I'm back to the original name on Twitch. Not that I do anything on it.
Yeah, I'm just, yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm just sticking with what I got right now. And
I mean, it all comes down. Are you happy with it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody knows me by the Uncanny Trevor, and it's so easy and it goes off the tongue real well. So,
wow,
he's like, I'm thinking
you were Magical Trevor.
I was Magical Trevor, which I really wish I could talk to Mr. Weeble and kind of take the torch from him with that character and actually use the Magical Trevor.
I don't think he's doing a whole lot, to be honest with you.
I don't think so either.
I haven't seen a whole much on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But he's also from the heyday of YouTube when we had good content, good animations and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Magical Trevor because the things that he does are ever. And it was funny that the character that Mr. Weebles drew for that was a short, red-headed, red-bearded wizard. And I'm like, that's Trevor. Like,
Yeah.
like, I think he was spying on you, Mr. No, not Mr. Beast. Mr. Weevil. 953,000 subscribers. When's the last time he did something? His last video was 2 years ago.
Oh shit.
No, my bad. He put out a compilation 10 days ago. So he's still doing stuff. Like I said, the heyday of YouTube is long gone.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, for sure.
I also talked to Carrie. Not that I'm trying to sound like an addict or anything. I talked to Carrie. I kind of want to get a air purifier so I can enjoy an occasional cigar inside.
Yeah.
Without having to crack a window and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were actually, my buddy Zach at work was talking about doing, getting an infuser for the cigars, and it was like, would you use it? I'm like, yeah, I'd use it. That's fucking cool.
I was just looking at it. Are you talking about like the tubes with the little ball at the bottom that you can put like whiskey or honey or stuff in?
Yeah.
And like you just store them because you're putting a humidified cigar in a small airspace that's airtight. It's going to keep its humidity.
Yeah.
As long as you keep it out of light. I was just looking at those too, and like you can buy a three cigar kit off Amazon for like $39 right now.
Yeah, yeah. He was talking about getting some. I was like, that's cool as shit, you know. Like I just do it to experiment with shit. Like, oh, let's try this. What's that? Pancakes and syrup. Let's do this.
Well, you have other, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's, notorious or famous for dipping his cigars in a little bit of tequila, so he gets a little bit he'll dip the top of it.
Yeah.
And I've done it with whiskey. I'll if I have a nice sweet bourbon, I'll sometimes roll the tip on someone sent me a Discord mode. Anyways, I'll do the tip in a little bit of bourbon if I'm feeling like that.
Yeah, dude, I saw, so I fell down a rabbit hole because one of my former friends that used to work out with me, he was like, watch Arnold Schwarzenegger videos. He'll hook you up on how to lift. So I started watching him, and then I started looking at the cigar shit that he does. And I'm like learning how to light cigars and stuff the appropriate rate away from him, and the stuff he does and how he dips his stuff within alcohol. He has a little brush. He goes, okay, now light it up. All right, now we're gonna do it again. What do you think? The guy's like, holy shit, this is good. I'm like, you see, I'm learning, just not fitness shit.
And I'm like not trying to turn this into a cigar podcast. It's just been my preferred relaxation lately. Like that last time we all went to Cigar 30, that was, even if we didn't try to do a podcast, that was still one of the coolest, like, to me right now, especially with the weather being shitty and stuff like this outside, to me it's nice to sit down, slow down, and relax with friends and just BS and like, because I'm not into hard drinking. I do have a whiskey here every once in a while, and I thought about pouring me something tasty here in a few minutes, but it's we got so much, like I'm so busy nowadays, like, and it's all my own damn fault. I mean, it's, because it's just difficult because, Carrie's during the day and I'm during the night, and, we're trying to raise a teenager, and, I got to thinking about how much racing I'm actually going to get to do this year, because I don't know if I'm going to have the weekends to do that. So the odd occasion that I get to slow down, whether it's just sitting in the hot tub, letting my back soak, having a cigar out there, or if I get to hang out with a couple friends and enjoy a cigar, it gives me a reason, because a cigar is not like a cigarette. It's like you see cigarette smokers and they're like, oh, I gotta have my cigarette. And cigar guys aren't like that. They're like a good premium cigar, from plant to shelf is about 4 years. It's about average 4 years. So it's like when you light up a cigar, it's like you got to toast the foot and you got to cut it right, and like it gives me a moment to slow down and appreciate the things I have around me. Does it make sense?
Yeah, no, it
Because that's
does.
how.
I had a really good question about a cigar. So what's the difference between a cigar and a cigarolo? I think it's right. Is that the right term for it?
Cigarello.
Yeah, like what's a good one? Well, Swisher's a common one.
Swishers. Yeah.
What's the other one that
So
makes them? I can't remember
Black
the
and
name.
Milds.
Well, there's another one besides Black and Milds that they make, and it's like a $2 cigarello. Um,
Well, there's your reason right there. It's only $2.
yeah,
Anyway,
I mean, you know.
so those like Swisher Sweets and Black and Milds and stuff like that, they use the same tobacco, not the same blends, but the same type of tobacco, short leaf filler, as cigarettes. They're like a premium cigar. Ideally, only has one, maybe two ingredients in that, and that's going to be tobacco, organically grown tobacco, because they don't use pesticides on cigar. Like almost nobody uses pesticides on actual cigar tobacco, and whatever the organic glue they use to keep them together, which is a very thin layer, and it's completely smokable and stuff like that. There's even cigars out there that have brand or like the bands on them, or you can smoke right through the band. Not
They,
all of them.
they
Most
even
of them
have
don't do that, but
CBD cigars, which is crazy. Those are
that's going to
pretty
be
good.
that's still going to be on the same line as like your cigarillos, your
Oh yeah.
Swisher Sweets, and like so they're essentially another type of cigarette. Really, they have a little bit better quality tobacco, but it's not like premium quality tobacco like that. What's in a cigar? Cigarettes, that tobacco goes from field to shelf in about 3-4 months. Like they pick it, they dry it, they wrap it, they send it out the door. Like it's quick, and they also have to do all their additives, and the freaking nicotine, and supplemental nicotine, and all the other chemicals they put in fucking cigarettes. And like I said, there's been new studies that cigar smokers tend to live longer because there's less shit in it. Like it's completely natural. Um, because the way they pursue, like I told you, it takes 4 years for cigars to get from field to shelf, because they're picked, they're fermented, they're frozen to keep the cigar beetles, because they don't use pesticides, so they got to keep the cigar beetles out of them. So they freeze it, and it's flash frozen, um, until they're ready to be, cut and rolled and whatnot. And so like the stuff they're growing now, we won't see for 2 to 4 years. Um, I mean, Swisher Sweets, and I mean, I love a good Black and Mild. Like, I don't smoke them myself, but if someone lights one up, I'm like,
Yeah, it
oh,
smells
it
good.
smells so good.
Yeah, the aroma of it
Um,
smells good.
um, it's it's a lot along the same lines as pipe tobacco. Pipe tobacco is also what they call short filler, um, and it all comes from essentially the same type of leaf. I mean, cigar industry has their own breeds and whatnot, but like the difference between a long filler and a short filler leaf is how they cut it. Like a short filler leaf, what's in cigarettes and you know swishers and black and milds and other cigarillos and stuff like that. Um, I mean, there are small cigars. They're usually called like Lanceros and stuff like that, but those would be all more quality. It's all in how the tobacco is treated, harvest, all that. Like cigarette companies, they throw their chemicals into it. They wrap them up in paper, stick a filter on the end of it, put them in a box, ship them. Like, yeah. And I'm not dogging on people that smoke those things. It's just I prefer my cigars.
Mm-hmm. I get
And
it.
I'm not saying I smoke. I'm not saying I smoke them all the time. I don't.
Right.
I'm lucky if I have. I'm lucky if I have one a week.
Same.
But like
I
most of
feel
the time, most of the time, it's just like when we're
Hold on
hanging
one
out.
second.
Like
I'm sorry. I gotta let the cat out.
no.
Oh. Okay. Go. 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 Good boy. Sour Patch Monster.
We got so hold up. Now I love. Hold up.
Yeah. Oh, I also got this. That's pretty badass.
Is that a coaster?
Yeah. That's cool as shit.
Did you get that from your Goku kitchen?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they had a mystery box that was all imported from Japan. I got like a weird pan that I have all my like model clippers and shit on, and then I have a cup and some other bullshit. But they also threw in like a poster for free. I was like, hell yeah, thank you. So, but they knew I was like a total nerd because I was taking a picture of everything. So, what else? What else was I gonna ask you? So you said premium cigar. What's the? I don't know if it's the average or what's the main amount that you would spend on a cigar that would be considered a premium cigar.
I've seen cigars. My preferred range, I really try not to go over $15 a stick, unless it's like a special cigar, and even then, it's kind of like, because I'd like to try like a Davidoff cigar, but those are usually like 30 to 50 to $80 a stick, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to pay that for something I'm just going to light on fire,
Right.
you know. But no, I think the most expensive one I ever bought, I think, was $20. But and there lies the thing: premium cigars, a more expensive cigar doesn't necessarily mean a better cigar. It's completely up to your flavor palette. Just like I can go out and buy a $100 bottle of whiskey, and it may not be as good to me as $18-$20 Old Forester 86.
Yes.
Like
or the spiced rum. Like I could go out
Or
and spend $20 on a
Right.
spiced rum and it'd still be perfect. Like it's a generic
yeah,
Captain Barbosa rum or some shit. It's really
Yeah,
good shit.
it kept like shoot back in them dark times when we were
You call them dark
Yeah.
times.
the darker times when we were, you and I were heavy drinkers, and I used to apologize all the time because I was lit at your house out in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Captain Morgan hit with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
We were putting that in Kraken. We were putting that in just about everything.
Oh yeah. Definitely experimenting. Like, what this go good with? What about Jolly Ranchers? Well, that was like 3 Olives vodka. We did that with vodka.
Three
too.
hour loopy and Sprite tasted like a bowl of Fruit Loops, dude.
Yes, it did. It was so good.
That's during my white girl days. You know what I'm saying? Let's get party.
I mean, true.
Now I'm just an old man with my cigars and whiskey. Yeah.
Amazing how we went from white girl crazy to old man crazy right now.
Well, we were also a lot younger than Trevor.
Yeah. At this point in time, I realized that one drink is good enough for me because if I have more than 2, I get like shit faced, and I don't even fucking. I can't. I'm like, I gotta call off. I can't do this. I can't go to work. I'm not feeling right.
No, I think during those times I was either going through or right after getting a divorce, and you were with someone who definitely liked their party.
Yep, they like to party a little too hard.
Well, when I helped you guys move, and like the offering for helping you move was a bag of weed, which I don't smoke.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
no,
didn't offer that. Just a heads up on everybody
I know.
that's watching. That
Trevor,
was
Trevor
not
did
it.
not offer that.
Not it.
It was his significant other at the time.
I'm more of a pizza and beer kind of guy. Hey, why don't you come over and help me move? I'll buy you a pizza and beer.
Seems to be a standard offering to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's usually my thanks for everything. Just buy pizza and beer for people that are of
like
age.
add a new thing to our list because I'm about to talk about this. You know, I'm at a point in my life where I like to say I'm squarely in my World War II history and smoking meats phase of my life, which everybody gets around 40 years old. Um,
I'm getting there. I got one more year after this.
um, I made my own sausage last weekend.
I saw it looks really,
Yes.
really fucking good.
Um, Carrie brought home a sausage stuffer from work, and I spent 3 days, grinding the meat and letting it, cure and getting it ready for the casings. And they turned out a lot better than I was expecting them to be because, nobody is like a champ day one when they try something new. And I've never made any type of sausage before on my own. I just, oh, you want sausage? Go to Walmart and get some Italian sausage or something like that. So I used a blade chuck blade roast. This was stuff we just had in the freezer. A porterhouse, so that's going to be your New York strip. Well, T-bone, which is part New York strip, and a little bit of tenderloin. But a porterhouse has the bigger side of the tenderloin, which is essentially what they term filet mignon. So essentially, what a porterhouse is a T-bone with a filet mignon still attached to it. So I cut that up, put that through the grinder, and then I put just a small picnic pork shoulder roast through the grinder. Mixed it up, seasoned it up, let it hang out in the fridge for a day. The next day,
So what seasoning did you put on it?
Yes.
That's the seasoning? Yes.
No, I was kind of like, just kind of, I'm just calling it beef and pork sausage because the seasonings I threw in there was crushed red pepper, there was garlic, there was smoked paprika. Then we also got stuff from.
Well, that's kind of like the meat
of,
and potatoes of the meat. You got to add your seasoning in to make it flavorful. So I was just curious on what seasonings you had.
Yeah, so I also we have a bunch of seasonings from a company called Fire and Smoke. So I was kind of like, ooh, this is good on steak, so I'll throw that in there. And this is good on pork, let's throw that in there. And it's just stuff that I knew would complement the flavor. And I thought it came out a slight on the salty side, and it really didn't. After it cooked up, because what I did is I made a test patty before I stuffed it and just threw it in a pan and made a little medallion of sausage. And I was like, ooh, that's pretty good. Fitz loved it. Carrie loved it. So definitely something I'm going to tweak and work on. Stuffing the actual sausage was a bit of a task if you've never done it before. I had a couple blowouts, but when I had a blowout, I just put the meat from that sausage back in the stuffer and put it in another casing and stuff like that. So it was definitely a fun experience that I will definitely do again.
Maybe let Trevor try some. I mean, what?
Well, there still is talks of a meat day coming up, and that was kind of one of the reasons I made some sausages for said meat day. I gave one pack to my friends Gemma and Ray. So they have some sausages. I haven't heard back whether or not they're good or not. And I have 3 more packs of 4 out there of that sausage. I also want to try to make my own meat sticks. I got casings for meat sticks. And a couple recipes I want to look at for those. I also want to try like making bratwurst. So what I made was a cured sausage. So it technically doesn't need to be kept frozen because it's got a curing agent in there, which is it's just pink curing salt. Whereas like your bratwurst and your like spicy or mild Italian sausage, those are all fresh sausages, so those won't keep as well in the freezer. So those are ones you'd make the sausage and make quickly after that, because they're just like they're uncured meat. They're it goes bad like any other meat. So there's no preserving it, and pink curing salt is mostly salt and sodium nitrate. There's not like a whole bunch of like industry big curing agents in there or anything. But it's fairly common in home sausage making. And like I said, it actually turned out pretty good. And I kept some unstuffed sausage meat so we can have like sausage on like breakfast one day or something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
I think my next adventure in the smoking meats phase of my life is I want to make my own bacon.
That'd be cool.
My own smoked bacon, and which was really, from what I've been reading, fairly simple because it's just more of the curing process and then cold smoking, which this time of year I like to do as much cold smoking as I can, whether it be cheeses or sausages that I made. Because after I stuffed those sausages, I threw them out in the smoker for 5 hours with the heat turned off but the smoke going so that they could, cold smoke. And it so fucking good. So I'm gonna do bacon, not soon, but one of the next thing I might want to do sausages again, just to have more. Because I was telling Carrie, I kind of want to have the deep freeze out in the garage kind of stocked up with stuff, because I want to start buying stuff in bulk, and because our weekly grocery run trips are getting expensive.
Oh yeah, same here.
Like some of our more freezer stable stuff, whether it be like frozen pizzas or whatever, definitely meat. I've looked at Dumas or Edinburgh Corner Store or a few other places like Poland's for like their meat bundles. And so we're going to do that. But yeah, we're probably sometime in the spring or when it's nice out, we're going to do a kind of a backyard meat dinner. I'm going to have some, because I got 2 smokers out there. I got a grill. I got a big Blackstone. So I'm making now stuff I want to make later, or we can save for later, like sausages and other things that don't need to be cooked right then and there. That way I can, throw them on a grill or something that don't need long cooks. Because my doctor told me I need more protein in my diet. So I was like, don't you threaten me with a good time.
You need more protein in your diet. Yes, sir.
He's like, well, when I found out this last year, when I found out I'm diabetic, he's like, do you like meat? I was like, sir, that is a major food group. He's like, good, eat more. He's like, your cholesterol's not bad. You have room to eat meat. And I said I wouldn't go over heavy with the red meat, but like tonight Carrie's like, what do you want to make for dinner? I was like, yes. I made Italian sausages. We made oven roasted chicken breast, and which we shredded up because we also feed it to the turtle and the dog and the cat, and Andrew likes eating it that way, so it's shredded chicken. And I can also use it for salads later and whatnot. And so we had Italian sausages with sauteed peppers and onions, shredded chicken breast with gravy, mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, or mashed potatoes, gravy, and peas. And then we had some rice and stuff like that, and a big old plate of meat and carbs. I was like, it's cold, and I don't want soup, so let's fucking stock up with some food, man.
Yeah.
Again, going back to saving money, because I didn't want to, I was really kind of wanting to just order chicken and JoJo's from a local pizza shop. I was like, I want to save money for Sunday so I can have more cigar money.
So, you like chicken and JoJo's? What is your go-to? I know you live in around a couple of pizza places, but what's your favorite go-to place around you?
We have Guido's, which is good but kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Giannino's, which is those are all over the place now here in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
Their chicken and JoJo's is probably going to see my go-to. Plus, they started offering tenders for Andrew, so
Really?
it's oh yeah, they got
Huh.
and they're not bad tenders. Like they're like well, it's made the same way they make their roasted chicken. It's fucking good quality chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Genie knows out your way would have it, but ours has it, and Andrew loves them. He's like, these are really good chicken tenders, and so we usually order from Genie. Plus, they got a family meal deal, which is price wise better. And then there's Siciliano's, which has really good chicken and JoJo's, but they're only open like 4 to 9 every day.
Siciliano's is different. I think I used to know the daughter of for the family that owned it or something like that. I don't remember. I drive past and some chick I hung out with was like, "Yeah, my dad owns that." I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool." Moving on, kind of thing.
Right.
So,
Well, I honestly I like their seasoning on the chicken and JoJo's a little bit better.
yeah,
It's a little more zesty, a little more spicy, a little more peppery.
I do like me some Guido's though.
And
Guido's pizza is awesome.
it's just the one here in Ravenna got so expensive. Like it's because my grandparents, when they were both alive, like if we had a family gathering, we got Guidos. Like they knew the owners and whatnot, and they always had an in on a deal and stuff like that. Even our Christmas party every year gets Guidos chicken and JoJo's, which I'm not going to complain about. It's good chicken and JoJo's. It's just uh, I tend to go to Giannino's just because it's easier and cheaper for feeding a family.
Yeah,
Um, and plus, if you order so many extra JoJo's and you think about it, they make some bomb ass hash browns the next day. Chop them bitches up, dice them up, fry them in a pan. Just give them a quick fry in a pan with some avocado oil and butter.
Oh,
They make really good hash browns the next day.
yeah.
Avocado oil has been like my go-to oil lately. Like,
Does it
I've
cook
always
well?
been like, if I need it, it's got a high smoke point and there's no flavor to it. So like,
Okay.
if you're using like an extra virgin olive oil, it always has that like earthy floral note to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes smells kind of sweet, and sometimes I don't want that in my food. Uh, One of the favorite things that I make that Carrie asks for religiously is I make an avocado toast for her. And that's when I started using avocado oil. I was like, well, I've got avocado, and I started researching. I was like, well, hell, it's got a super high smoke point. So now we use it for fucking everything. Like
Pizza,
everything's short of
avocado
deep fry. We don't really we don't really deep fry anything. But if I'm making something in a skillet, I'll put a little bit of avocado oil, a little bit of butter, and because the avocado oil will keep the butter from burning in a pan.
Yeah.
Well, really any oil will, but like it's also a decent oil for essential nutrients. And so I still use like when I make her avocado toast, I buy super high quality extra virgin olive oil and a super high quality balsamic vinegar because that's what she likes on top of her avocado toast. And um, if we can find ripe avocados, it's usually the go-to on what I put on it. But Walmart also sells these zero preservative smashed cups of avocado or cups of smashed avocado where the only ingredient is avocado. I'm like, that's me starting to think better about what we're eating because I'm starting to get into things that have less ingredients.
Yeah, that's important.
Which is one of the things that reason I started making my own sausage because like I now know what's in that sausage. Like
Not just
one of my favorite
not
things cooking,
preservatives, but like actual.
right? Plus, to me, again, going back to like the cigar stuff, I can appreciate my effort going into that, and I was like, okay, well, I did this. This is look what I made. It's a sausage.
Yeah.
And you know me long enough. Cooking is one of my passions.
Oh, yeah.
If I cook for people, they should feel special because I don't cook for just about everybody.
We do come up with our own concoctions. Well, you and Adam more along the lines.
Oh.
Me, I'm just.
We got to get him on this one time too because
Yeah.
we need to talk about the pipadilla and the pancadilla. When I was married to Ashley, Adam would come over and we would stuff unnecessary things into quesadilla makers. Um, and that might be one of the reasons I'm diabetic today, is because we made that peepadilla, which had peeps in it. It had Lucky Charms in it. It had Nesquik powder in it. It had, I think, one iteration of it had Starburst in it. Like,
That's crazy.
I was food sciencing the shit out of it. I was like, no, bro, the tortilla is going to create a buffer zone, and if we make like fucking cinnamon toast tortillas, because that's what I did. I fried a tortilla up in butter, and I hit it with some cinnamon sugar, and then we put it in a freaking quesadilla maker and start piling just sugar on top of it. There was Hershey's chocolate squares in there. There was
Yeah, that's
and then
definitely crazy.
tried the pancadilla, where I made pancakes. We tried to use that. It had bacon in it. It had sausage in it. It had cheese in it. It was a breakfast dia, but a pancake doesn't survive well in a quesadilla maker.
Just
So when we like, there was times I was like putting all my weight on a quesadilla maker just to get it to clip shut. Um, the second iteration of the peepadilla, because we did multiple versions of that one. The second one, I made elephant ears to use as the tortillas. And if you know how to do it, making your own elephant ears at home is pretty fucking easy. Basically just go to Walmart and get Rhodes frozen bread dough, let it thaw, and then section it off and use that as you basically form it out like you would a pizza dough, and then put it in a deep fryer and make your elephant ear. That's exactly like, if you want fair food at home, I got your recipes, homie. Like, fucking a funnel cake, all that's pancake batter. Pancake batter in a funnel and a deep fryer. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
Gyro's a little harder because you actually need to be spit roasting a menagerie of meats on a thing to make gyro meat. Because gyro meat is usually lamb, beef, sometimes chicken. They don't really do a whole lot of pork, especially if it's shawarma, because shawarma is more of a Muslim derived dish. Which gyro meat and shawarma meat aren't far from each other. They're seasoned different. The gyro will have, I'm sure Carrie's going to smack me if I say tzatziki sauce, whatever the white sauce is. Did I say that right, babe? She's not even listening. And shawarma, I want shawarma. I want tacos too. New camera's fucking up, but at least I look better in this camera. Anyways, yeah, we're talking about gyros and gyros. She's over here like gyros. Gyros. It's a gyro because it spins. Okay, that's why it's called a gyro, because it gyroscopically spins on the roasting thing. So yeah. Anyways, I probably rambled on about food for a half hour there.
It's okay.
What else do we want to talk about? Oh, you recently went to New York City.
Yeah, went back to New York City.
Yeah,
for the
you and
second
Christy
time.
went back for some. Because you guys went to go see Cursed Child.
Yeah, we went and saw Harry Potter and Cursed Child.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yeah, Tom Felton was in this one. He played what is his name? Draco Malfoy. I forgot for a minute. He plays the father, Draco Malfoy. He plays it pretty well. Like he was meant for that role, of course. So him playing an elder Draco Malfoy was perfect. Scorpius was hilarious, which is the son of Draco Malfoy. Then there's Albus Severus Potter, which is the son of Harry Potter, which is kind of what the play is about. But
Well, it would be really, really cool if Daniel Radcliffe joined that cast too.
that's what I'm kind of low key hoping eventually, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna go back to see that too. But as of right now, we went and saw Tom Felton as Draco Malfoy. And when we were in line, and I was sitting there making jokes about shit, and I was reading some things about they had posters up, and they were explaining experience the magic of Harry Potter again in the play form. I'm like, huh, okay, So we walk in there and we sit there starting to watch. I'm like, holy shit, this is actually magical. So like one of the key things that they do is in the beginning scene they're on platform 9 3/4 about to go through Hogwarts, and they go, or the Hogwarts Express, and before they hop on the Hogwarts Express they have like a dance ensemble, but when they do it they switch around from their street clothes into their Hogwarts outfits, like their school clothes, and like it's literally just a twirl and their clothes transform. It was like, that's sick.
Is it supposed to pick up where that future scene was at the end of Deathly Hollows?
Yep.
Like where
At the end.
So it's Albus Severus, what's his nuts, Potter.
Yeah.
First time going to Hogwarts.
Yeah. But they fast forward
and
a couple of years too. So they go in when he first comes in, and they do the sorting hat where he gets sorted, and then they skip a couple of years, and then he's a little older, so he goes through the shit as being older. It's a pretty cool like little time travel-esque thing where they kind of fast forward it in a play. So, but the theater, we went to Lyric Theater. I want to call it Lilac. And the
beautiful theater inside.
Yes. Yeah, oh my god, dude. And they changed it all specifically for Harry Potter. So like,
dude, that play's tenure has been there. They got to be there so far, like 6-7 years now.
That's what I'm thinking. It's been a long time since the book came out. I was still with Jasmine at the time when the book came out, and yeah.
You said she who shall not be named.
Oh yeah, whatever.
She's not going to hear this either.
No, I don't think she listens to my shit, which is fine. I don't care. But it's funny because they were there and they had wallpaper up, and I was Chrissy and I were sitting there about ready to watch the play, and I was like, it's kind of like they kind of molded this to Harry Potter, and she's like, nah, whatever. So then she looks closely, she's like, there's Harry Potter wallpaper. So I was like, so, and there, like I said, it's definitely a magical thing. The food trolley lady was hysterical in it. She's like, anything from the trolley, and like there's a scene where Severus, Albus, and Scorpius try to escape the express, and the food trolley lady follows them outside on top of the train and asks for them, anything for the trolley, and she's trying to be like the security guard. So then they end up hopping off, but it's like really cool how the train, it goes from this view to that view, so you can see how they're chasing them and stuff like that. And it just got really cold in here. That's crazy. But anyways, but yeah, it was really good and really funny, and quite an experience. I if you are a Harry Potter fan, I suggest you watch it. Plus, there's some subtle hints in there for things, and I think it's J.K. Rowling's kind of thing. Like it's her nod saying, "Oop, I fucked up, and I'm sorry for it. So here's a character for you. Like here's the dynamic for these two characters." So
I kind of thought that when I played Hogwarts Legacy, where I forget the name of the character, but the owner of the 3 broomsticks in Hogsmeade is trans.
Yeah. Yep.
But then I remembered that Portkey Games has no affiliation with J.K. Rowling. That's why it was done as a past game and not a current game.
Yeah. But like I said, the relationship between the two characters in it are like, it's kind of like, hey, I'm sorry, and these characters are really amazing characters. So I just thought it was pretty good. Ding, not done. And then and that was the play. It did, like, we went and did Harlem, Brooklyn, Wall Street. Where else did we go? We did Manhattan a little bit. Like we went to Madison Square Garden, and we were when we came into the city, that's where the Amtrak transit is. Is that
Yeah, because you traveled to the city by train, which is not a lot of people have done that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of jealous because I wanted to do that myself.
Yeah. So that was something Chrissy has never done. I did it going to Chicago for the Supernatural convention, which I thought was cool as shit. So we did it this time. I was really looking forward to it because I'm not a keen guy to fly things, like to be on a plane. I hate flying. So riding the train is something that I absolutely love. And it was fun doing it on the way there. And then on the way back, we found a cheaper route, and it was not a not a one stop train. It was like we had to get off at Pittsburgh. There was layover, and then we had to wait for the next train to come pick us up. But there was a medical issue going on, so we didn't even get on the train. We were supposed to get on at 11. We didn't get on until like 3 or 4 in the morning, so it was a little rough.
Well, you'll have that because that's a train just can't make a left turn and take a different route. So
right.
But I have a new 2026 goal, and that's to get Trevor on an airplane.
No, I've been on airplanes. I just don't like flying. I hate flying.
I know. I last year I got you on a roller coaster, so
Yeah.
So Cursed Child has been on Broadway for 8 years. It'll be 8 years in April.
Yes. 8 years in April. Holy shit.
8 years in April. The whole time at the Lyric Theater. So I wouldn't be surprised if they signed a 10-year contract with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think so, and then they'll eventually, after the 10-year contract, they'll probably go on the road. That's what I'm figuring.
That's what a lot of them have done. My niece is big into plays, or at least was, and they went and seen Hamilton a couple times up in Cleveland at Playhouse Square. So, I mean, it makes sense because, well, hell, The Lion King's been on fucking Broadway for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's find out how long has Lion King been on Broadway. Lion King has been running on Broadway since its official opening November 13th, 1997.
Holy really? 1997? Oh my god, that's a lot.
So this November it'll be 29 years.
Wow.
That it's been on Broadway.
So chances are they're going to be there for a while. The Cursed Child.
You know what? If Disney wants to keep paying for that theater, they're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah. For sure. That's crazy. 29 years. Huh.
I think Hamilton's still on Broadway, but they had a sect that went off and did a national tour.
Yeah. I do think that Cursed Child should go on a national tour. I think that'd be cool. They definitely did it in England for sure, probably. But
oh yeah.
But this whole it was such a good play. Like I didn't like I read the screenplay before I saw the play, and I didn't like the screenplay. I thought it was really dumb. But watching the play and being an eyewitness to like that, it's definitely a phenomenal play. It's really good. So, and then we went to an expose. We went down Wall Street and just kind of was like, fuck it, let's walk around. We came across a wonderful, wonderful place called Goku's Kitchen. They have really good food.
I saw pictures.
Yeah, they have really good food. They had a whole wall devoted to the manga of the Fusion Saga, where
the fancy picture books.
Yeah. And it was manga right here, manga. One Piece has it. But they did like Fusion Saga, and it was all about Gotenks, which was really cool. So I was like nerding out with Chrissy, explaining the whole thing with what happened there, and then they had a shit ton of statues. It was just crazy. And then the food was just awesome. We had strawberry lattes and lemon cheesecake, I think is what it's called. Yuza cheesecake.
You had me at cheesecake. You had me at cheesecake.
It was very cheesy.
Because we all know that I'm a cheesecake select.
Oh my god, dude. So good. It was awesome. That place was cool. Just had a bunch of fun. And then we went to Brooklyn and we found Japan Village, which is like 7 different buildings full of just random mumbo jumbo bullshit that they did. The first one that we walked into, which had the Bandai store in it, it was Japanese groceries, like rice, sauces, candy, you name it, they had it there, drinks. Then they had like a little food cafe area where you could have all kinds of stuff. Most of it was ramen, but it's really good.
I was going to ask you about the Goku's Kitchen. Did they have a Japanese inspired menu, or is it just kind of Goku themed regular stuff?
So it's definitely Japanese inspired. Like there's ramen in there, there's udon, there's all kinds of other crazy shit in there. Yeah, but they did play like Dragon Ball Z music, and like I said, there were statues there. I was thinking that it was the only thing they were shy of was actually playing the anime itself, which would have been the topping of the cake.
They might not have a right to do that though.
That is true.
Because I once knew a bar that was in Akron that would have like movie nights, and they would love playing like old Godzilla movies on there, and like they got hit with a cease and desist. This was fucking 30 years ago. This was a long time ago. Yeah, they were like, you can't be doing that. You can't be making money off of someone else's thing, which didn't make sense. Which doesn't make sense because that place was called Goku Kitchen. It was like, what else is it going to be?
Right.
It's fucking Goku. Like,
yeah.
Saw you made a return to Captain America's statue in Brooklyn.
Yep. And then it was cool because, like, I didn't even know, like, it was right next to Micro Center because I was, like, making jokes about going to Micro Center to see what they had. But she looked on the map because I was like, well, you're the go-to person when it comes to that stuff. I'm not really good with that kind of thing, which is hilarious because I'm an Eagle Scout. I'm not good with directions at all. So she looked it up. She's like, oh, well, that's why you wanted to go to Micro Center, because the Captain America statue's right there. I'm like, oh, I'll be damn, shit. So I took a picture of that in proof to show you that right next to it was the Micro Center.
Yeah, it's actually one of the better Micro Centers, if I remember correctly. The only bad thing about that is that shopping center was kind of out of the way a little bit. Like, when we went there that one summer, felt like we had to walk fucking miles to get to it.
Yeah, it felt like it.
Past some sketchy shit. But yeah, it was funny. I was joking around with Chrissy she posted pictures of you guys' trips, and she tried to get a close-up of the Captain America statue, and she just basically took a picture of his crotch.
Yeah, that's America's crotch right there.
I was like, that's America's dick.
That's literally what I said. I was like, that's America's dick right there, man. Yeah, so we had a good time. The apartment we stayed in was in Harlem. It was like an apartment complex, but they flipped it and turned it into an actual hotel-ish thing. So the rooms were small, but they were like cute little cute small rooms. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, my cousin Taylor lives up Harlem way. And I have never as many times as I've been in New York City, I haven't had a chance to go up there because I'm a big stand-up comedy guy. Like, I love stand-up comedy. I want to see the Apollo Theater. Like,
yeah. In fact, somebody, I think my friend Curtis at work asked me, he goes, "Did you guys have to go get a picture at the Apollo Theater?" I was like, no. I wish we did. That would have been cool as shit. But it was cold as hell, dude. Like, it was like 14 degrees, and we were both bundled up. I had to stop. And I was like, dude, I got to get a scarf to cover my face. It's so cold. We did, forget what park we went to, but they have the carousel. It was like an aqua carousel where you were with, like, fish creatures.
I saw that. It was like big round fish opening things. And
yeah.
I was like, because the only real carousel I'm aware of is the big one in Central Park, and I don't know where that one was at, where you were at.
Yeah, I don't know. We just kind of like came across it. Again, we were just walking, bullshitting, just enjoying the day, and walked right into it. And she's like, "You want to ride it?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's go!" So it was cool. The music was pretty dope because it felt like we were in our own little Avatar, Avatar adventure, because everything glowed and it was just cool.
I just saw an ad on Steam for that Avatar game you were telling me about.
Frontiers of
Was
Pandora.
it Frontiers of Pandora? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking sick, dude. I started playing it the other day. I released the first part on my YouTube channel, and it's just like the fucking the movie. Like, you can go and interact in the environment. You can touch all the weird pedal things that go up and fly up, and at night it glows. You can like run across the trees and jump across it's crazy. And like, you can choose third person or first person. I'd play a little bit of first person. It's like, it's just nuts. So, but I'm only like 10 minutes, half an hour into the game. I'm not very far into it, but
Yeah, because I was looking at, I kind of want to play something new,
yeah.
and I went down a kind of this great segue into our. Are you done talking about New York City?
Yeah, yes.
I don't want to hijack.
No,
your moment
you're
here.
good. You're good.
Kind of went down to like a retro thing. I've been wanting to play games that originally made me fall in love with video games. So we're talking like PS2 era stuff like that. And I came across, apparently I had bought it one time before. But there was a game that came out called Forgotten Realms Demon Stone. It was a D&D game that had Patrick Stewart and Michael Clark Duncan in it. And apparently I owned it. I was like, oh, I'm going to start playing this. And it's actually pretty good. So I started thinking about what other games I used to play that I loved with. And we had talked before, I want to play both the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2. On Steam, they're $40. On both Galaxy Games and Epic, they're $30, and they're $30 on the Switch. And I'm like, kind of want to start playing them on the Switch because, like, that's handheld. I can take that wherever. I don't have to start my computer for that. But yeah, I'm kind of finding myself in a niche. Me and my buddy Corey at work this past week, he's another video game nerd, and we got on the subject of
What's the name of the game? Sorry. Dark.
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2. They came out for, I think, PS3. I want to say PS3.
Yeah. Okay. So
they were done by
$38. Yeah, I was seeing if I could find them. Yeah, they're both on another place, but they're $38. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah,
I tried.
So, but my friend Corey and I at work this past week were talking about, like, I was like, do you ever get like sucked into like retro games? He's like, yeah, like, everything nowadays is all about the AAA games, but like no one ever no one talks about like the B games and the A games, like the games that weren't necessarily good games as far as like design, but like they were super playable and like you could just have a good time. And we got on the subject, like, there was a series of games that me and like Adam and a bunch of other people used to play called Worms Battleground. And it was just a side scroller, turn based. You had a team of worms, your buddy had a team of worms, you tried to kill each other with bombs and rockets and all this other stuff. And it's just the simpler games. Like, everything nowadays has to be super realistic and super I'm like, I don't want that. Like, the reason I started playing games is because I'm not Batman. Like, I can't say that because I love Mass Effect. Bing! Because what drew me to that game was, the gameplay was all right. I liked it. But it was a game that your decisions helped determine who your character was and how the story unfolded from there. So it gave me something to relate to. And we got something like, they don't make games like Earthworm Jim anymore, or Ratchet and Clank, or like, everything's got to be this super realistic. Like, I remember when Among Us came out, and we had a bunch of people playing Among Us, and that was probably one of the last games that came out that I actually had fun with other people. Like, if I jumped on Call of Duty right now, I would not have a good time. It's just right now, it's not my vibe. Not my vibe.
Yeah, I got a few friends asking me to play. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not I think we got burnt out super quick and super early because that's back when Modern Warfare 2 and 3 came out. You and I were back in the days when PlayStation Network was free. You and I played that a lot, and we were,
Right. We played the shit out of that.
yeah, we sure did. That Black Ops, all that shit. We played the hell out of that shit. So, but yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
and like the last Battlefield game I played was 4, and I almost got talked into playing Battlefield 6, and I was just like, you know what? I don't want to justify $70 for a game that I'm not going to play all that long.
Yep.
Like, I have the new Baldur's Gate 3. Um, unless you have someone to play it with, that game kind of sucks.
Yeah, actually, we were just talking about that. My friend Mike and I, we were talking about it, how we have the game, and it's way more fun to play with friends because it is, and it's like playing D&D. You can play it alone, but it's not fun playing it alone because you're going on an adventure with a group of people, and that's the fun part about it.
Yeah, I used to play Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14, the online ones, not the standalone ones. And the reason I don't play that very more anymore is I'm on a different schedule than the people I used to play with. Like, and I'll jump on it myself, and it's just like kind of bored. Meh. I got other games I'd rather play when I'm bored. That'll make me bored. Like,
That'll entertain you and not make you as bored.
uh, like I really want to play the Borderlands series because I have all of them except for the new one. But it's one of those things where I don't play that unless I'm with Carrie because that's one of her favorite games, and she got me introduced into them, and I was like, I want to play them with her. And when I'm by myself, I just don't feel like I want to play them by
Right,
myself. Like,
right.
and the same thing with Helldivers. I fucking love Helldivers, but it kind of sucks if you don't have buddies to play with you.
Yep. Yeah, ain't that the truth? It's just trying. It's like
And
the
it,
other thing is like trying to find one. I know Corey wants to play one with me, but the games he's into, like Arc Raiders and Call of Duty and stuff like that, it's not my niche anymore. Yeah, I grew out of that, so I'm like, I want to play something where you and I are doing stuff together, where we're co-oping, not playing against other people or, trying to survive uh, onslaughts
I'm
of.
gonna I'm gonna install that though.
What are you installing?
Uh, Final Fantasy 15. I
Oh
have the Windows
yeah,
edition,
I forgot about that. I have that. I think. I don't
which
think I don't
I,
know if I do or not.
oh, that game was so good on the freaking Xbox or the PlayStation. I played the absolute dog shit out of that when it first came out. And then I watched they had a movie that went along with it, which is Final Fantasy Kingsglaive,
Yes.
which had Aaron Paul, and I freaking love that movie.
Oh, I don't have it. I have 7 and 8.
They just came out with a new one. Give me one second. Let me refill my water bottle. I'll be right back
All right.
because I want to talk about this. I was gonna refill my water bottle, and I was like, you know what? Just I'm gonna grab a Sprite or 7-Up zero sugar.
I may have ended up purchasing 15.
Oh yes, it was
So,
probably on a decent deal.
yeah, 13 bucks.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No,
That's not bad at all.
I was like, you know what? Might as well.
Rockstar game sale, save up to 80%. Not that I don't already own most of those, but
Oh, speaking of which, Rockstar caught on fire.
yeah, I think it was an inside job.
I probably they at this point I feel like we're not even gonna get a fucking it's 1979 for the trilogy. Although I'd only want Vice City. I'm weird like that. And I have wait, I already have Bully. Manhunt is only $3 on fucking I didn't even know that they had that on Steam. That's awesome.
Um, $5.99.
For what?
Grand Theft Auto 4, the complete edition. That can't be right. Sure shit. Grand Theft Auto 4, the complete edition,
Oh, that's funny.
$5.99.
I also purchased Manhunt.
I'm on the under $10 thing on Steam.
Oh, are you?
Max Payne 3.
Yeah. So back to speaking of Rockstar. Sorry. Back to what we were talking about with Rockstar. A boiler caught fire and exploded some offices in the Grand Theft Auto Northern Rockstar, where they were making Grand Theft Auto 6, and so it's going to probably be delayed again, probably another year. So which means next gen or soon to be next gen is gonna have some fun with it, which is lovely.
It's so lovely. Yeah.
That's so lovely.
Well, yeah. They're still milking the shit out of freaking Red Dead 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5. So,
Oh yeah, I have Red Dead 2.
fucking, we need to be cowboys sometime.
I know. Just
I mean, that one time we tried, and Harley's like, "Well, I have it on PS4." It was like, "Well, we're all on freaking PC." She's like, "Well, I have PS4."
yeah,
It's like, that sounds like a you problem, not an us problem.
right.
But that's how she operated. So it is what it is.
Yeah, she's special.
She's special.
So yeah,
See, did I add anything to my wish list?
I had some, but I think I bought them. So, I really want to smash on this monster, but the problem is I'm gonna be up all night if I do that.
Right, and I think it's funny that he bought you a zero sugar monster and then Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, I'm like, are you trying to hint at me you want me up all night? Because I can do that, but got things to do tomorrow. Sort of, kind
It
of.
was fun. It's funny when I stopped over to check on Gizzy. Uh, yeah, he just kind of stumbled out of his room like he just woke up. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm here to check on the cat and everything." He's like, "Oh, can you take me to Dairy Queen?" I was like, I got to go to work, dude." He's like, "Oh, okay." It's like if it was any other time, I'd rush you to Dairy Queen, but
Yeah, no.
I had my mom in the car because I had to take her to the airport so she could go back down south, and then I had to go to work after that.
Yeah, he could have walked. He'll be alright. He's at that age where he can walk. He knows the traffic laws and stuff like that. How to look left and right, then left again, and just cross, and he's good.
He was just your stereotypical teenager, just woke up,
Yep.
sleep pants, t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He has a Snoop Dogg robe, which is fucking great. He looks awesome in it. He looks like an actual boxer. So he walks out. He's like, "What's up, man? What's up?" I'm like, you little shit. That's great. So,
The full game of Quarantine Zone: The Last Check is out. I have the demo.
Quarantine Zone. There was one.
Yeah,
There's a couple I posted on Facebook that looked really good, but I'm not sure. I have the Witcher trilogy.
I wanted to get Witcher 3. I have not played any of the Witcher games, and everyone's telling me, play 3, play 3.
Well, if you want, I could add you. I could figure out how to add you to our whatchamacallit, so you can play the games that me and Corey have.
We can figure that out. We'll do that at a later time.
Yeah.
Because then you guys would have access to my games as well, right?
Yep. Yeah, because I got like
So if Corey wanted to play,
Oop.
Oh, he probably already has Helldivers, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I bought it for him so he can play with us.
Well, good. We'll get on some Red Dead and do some cowboy shit.
Yeah.
We can live stream that shit on YouTube.
Yep.
Which we can do. But like I said, I look forward, like as you can see, I've tried to make improvements for this podcast with a better mic and a better camera, and blocking out my living room and whatnot. So I look forward to us having this podcast every couple weeks.
Me too. Yeah,
So
it's definitely a blast.
And you were saying earlier on pre-show there, you're like, oh, depending on how long this goes, like, fucking, I'm in at the winner, motherfucker. Let's go. Like, even if we don't make any money or anything off of this, it's just something I look forward to every week.
Mm-hmm.
And stop chewing on this dry ass cigar. It keeps giving me bits in my mouth.
Yeah.
But it still tastes so good though.
Yeah. So we did actually cover everything that we wanted to talk about this week, right? I feel like we were missing something, but that's fine if we do. It's just
I mean, we talked about games and retro games. We didn't talk about the new Fable, but I want more details on that before I start talking about that.
Yeah, like I've seen clips of it, but that's about it. It's just like one photo. Oh, and how they were like making the weapons, or he's iron making. They still got the old features in that where you could still got to play the whatever to the mini games to make money and stuff. So
now, hopefully my voice is better for the audio users now that I have me and you are running the same exact equipment.
yeah,
So,
yeah, which is great. I'm like, here's the link of what I use. I saw that mixer, which again, shout out to my family for this. I can use this for that mixer, whatever I want to get. So
how would that mixer? How would you use that? Because I'm not big on all the audio stuff. How would you use that mixer as opposed to what's different? Between what we're doing now and what we're eventually going to be doing. Like,
so if I was to have guests in house, I would have an extra mic, like 2 extra mics. So it would split those, and then I can do the hotkeys for recording and stuff like that. That's all. That's just extra shit. I probably don't need it, but something to get to do. Because I really kind of do plan on reorganizing this the way I want to have it set up. Is I kind of want to have like a type of thing where you can kind of face each other or kind of sit next to each other, and you can like talk back and forth with things and just kind of go back and forth and communicate, which I'm not sure how that would work. But I like how we're doing it now with Discord instead of having to travel, because in the state of Ohio we have like all 4 seasons in one day, so
yeah, I mean, like I was telling pre-show, there are a couple of them that I wouldn't mind doing podcasts on location. I think you talked about maybe at some point getting a new laptop that could handle it, because like I said, I don't have a laptop I trust with anything important. But like we were talking, obviously we want to do some more cigar lounge shit, like podcasts at cigar lounges. And we want to eventually talk to Aaron at Wingman. Because I asked him, I was like, hey, do you have a PC and do you have Discord? He's like, nope. I was like, well, Trevor and I are working on our live broadcasting stuff. So we might be able to do it right there at the shop after hours. So you're not, trying to help people work on their cars and try to talk about stuff. Cause, they just unveiled their community car build for this year, and they bought 2 cars, and the voting right now is on wingmangarage.com. Which one they use right now? It's a Infiniti G35 and a Subaru Forester XT.
Oh wow.
Let's see what the vote is on that. Because on Facebook Marketplace, I just found a commercial smoker.
Did you?
If I had 20 grand, I'd have that. I made a Facebook post. I was like, if I won a lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs.
Oh, yeah, same. See me rolling around in the 1966 Batmobile or the fucking what else would I drive? The DeLorean and a couple other dumb bullshit things. McLaren. So, but I am gonna end this. We're hitting the 2-hour mark again. Wow, but we're doing great with it. So, what else was I gonna say? Oh, I appreciate everybody hanging with us. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, say hello, comment below, listen to this podcast. You guys, you listeners, help us out with this. But we just like doing this for fun too. So, yeah, if you ever want to be a guest on one of these things, shout out and say hello to us. You know.
Oh, we got a few people that already want to be a part of it. So.
Well, I'm excited for that too. I can't wait.
Kata said that he wanted to be a part of it. Kata is an old streaming friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He says he wants to be a guest on an episode. So rock on.